Alright, cool. Welcome to my channel. This software that you're looking on my screen, it's called Zbrush, and it's an amazing software because you can do a lot of very detailed work like this, where you can zoom right in, you can see all the creases that is currently applied to the boots. And over here, I left this area a little bit empty, so let's try to kind of add in the details that I previously wanted to add in. Sorry for my throat, I just recovered from a flu. Usually what the brush that I will be using is a clear build-up, right? It's an amazing brush, in fact, and you should give it a try. And I don't have any kind of fancy brushes. Usually I would just be using a lot of our very generic brushes that comes with ZBrush. The next tool that I'm always leveraging on is using the alpha. Right now it's using a square alpha, but you could change it to an alpha 58. In this case, it's just basically streaks of lines like that, right? But it's magical when you put these two together, holding down alternate and then going into scrubbing the surface. It gives you very nice details like that, right? But I'm overdoing it a little because it's just so that it shows up on camera and then you guys can see it. But I would like to kind of reduce the intensity there. Let me just do a Ctrl Z just to reverse back to where it was before. Holding down alternate, I want to kind of reduce the intensity here. Sorry, let me just close this tab to something around 5. And I'll just go in and do some light taps on the screen like this, and then I'll also go in to smooth it out a little, but then having an intensity of 100 would basically destroy all the details that we just added in. I can just give it a try. Can you see? Right, this is way too strong, so what I want to do is hold down shift, reduce the intensity down to probably half of that, and then lightly tap on my Wacom in this case to kind of soften that detail while not destroying the all the new details I've added in. I can also change this back into like a square brush. In this case, I can go back in to sculpt a little to have that kind of punching in effect around the edges. You can also see that I've applied a little bit onto this round circular, semicircular mesh, which is not intended. So let me just do a Ctrl Z and get back to where I was before. The trick here is that when I turn on wireframe, you see them in colors, right? Which means it is in polygroups. So polygroups are basically groups for you to have controls over individual meshes. And what I can do is coming into auto mask, dialing up this mask by polygroups to 100, and it's going to take reference from the first tap of my mouse on the screen and use that as my reference for polygroups, meaning if I start touching on this magenta or purple color, I cannot spread my influence over to other colors, right? So in a way, it's just gonna help me stay on applying the pressure on this surface instead of everything else that is very close to it. So if I turn off the wireframe now and go back to where I was before, and if I were to redo the same operation, you can see that I can't apply the same effect to that button that I've just applied just now earlier, right? That was a problem. And to bypass that, you can use this method. So give it a try, it's gonna be very helpful. I'm gonna come back in and dial back up a little bit of the intensity, and that helps me add back some of the details and the control that I used to have. Like I wanted to have this kind of depression into the buttons, right? And then from here I can dial and smooth it out a little. It's the same old trick, but then it works. It goes a long way, right? So yeah, this is from far, this is how it looks like, right? And you can see that this same treatment is not applied to the other buttons, so it looks like the meshes are kind of clipping into it. So having this kind of treatment is going to help, it goes a long way to make the asset look a little bit more polished. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you, I hope you enjoy.